Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairly Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me today on episode 25. Today is all the dyeing, all the spinning, and a little bit of weaving. I have not done any knitting. I have done some hand sewing, but we're not going to talk about that here today. And a few acquisitions and such. So, before we get into the show, I just want to say thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you. I love you all. Y'all are amazing. And I look forward to spending time with you each and every week. Yeah, it's really awesome. So if you're new to the channel, a huge welcome. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget that notification bell so you don't miss new videos coming out. So to start things off, I just wanted to mention Lisa from Soulfull Spinning vlog on YouTube. She's got her own little podcast, and I love watching her. And her latest video that I will try to link down below is near the end of the video. She shouts out a few different vloggers, and I was one of them. So thank you, Lisa, for the shout out, and I love you, girl, and I appreciate you, and I love watching your channel. If you don't know who Soulfull Spinning is, you need to go check her out. Her YouTube channel is awesome. She's an amazing woman, and I love her to death, like I do a lot of people I follow on YouTube. This is just such a fabulous community. So yeah, go check her out if you don't already follow her. And if you do, yay, welcome to the crazy family here. And then on a second little community thing, I received an email on June 9th. You may remember that if you're new to the channel, you might want to pause this and go watch episode 24 right quick and then come back. But this is a response to episode 24. So Lisa from New Zealand sent me an email on June 9th that really, really touched me deeply. And she said a few things that I wanted to share. So she told me she really looks forward to my YouTube videos. And I quote, "Your late night video last week was really touching. Sorry to hear of your loss." Thank you, Lisa, so much. Lisa started spinning last year, so she's brand new, and she's already spun up a bunch of hand spun yarn and crocheted a blanket. Like, this lady's amazing. I'm going to put some pictures of her work in here. She said she made a llama fiber crochet blanket for a wedding gift earlier in the year. Spinning wasn't perfect, but I think it added to the character of it. With crochet, you can get away with a little more imperfections. Well, I just wanted to say my absolute favorite garments were knit with very imperfect yarns. So yes, they add character, but they also make it a real handmade item. It's not perfect from a mill, from a factory. It is handmade, and it adds a whole lot of uniqueness to the finished product. So I think, Lisa, that you're doing an amazing job, and I appreciate you sharing your photos and giving me permission to share them here on the channel. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that sweet email. She ended the email with this little phrase that took my breath away because I'd never considered it this way, and she's so right. "Many people look forward to inviting you into their homes when you upload your videos." I know I do. And that's not the way I had considered it. I don't consider inviting people into my home when I watch their videos, and yet that's exactly what I'm doing. So if you're a YouTuber and I am following you, I welcome you into my home. And you're following me, so thank you for welcoming me into your home and into your life. So I sold some Jacob roving like the day after I brought the roving home from the farm. I sold it to a lady through Instagram, and we've been chatting back and forth a little bit, and it's been loads of fun. She was spinning it up, and she put a post on Instagram saying, Fairly Fiber Fun was right. This is amazing, because I claim that this Jacob roving is just as amazing and of the same quality level as Whispering Pines Farm Soft Shetland Wool roving. So, and of course it's not as soft because Jacobs are not as fine. But, so she put a picture up on Instagram and said, you're right, this is amazing. And then she ordered some more wool. So, thank you for that. That was fun. And I just sent it out today. So, sorry for the delay. My scales battery died, and it took a few days to get to the store and get a new one, because every time I went to the store, I forgot. Me and my brain have not been getting along well at all today. I was feeling a little claustrophobic, so I had to move the camera back just a little bit. I don't like being crowded, so I'll often edit and just zoom in the camera. Anyway, y'all may have seen some videos in the a video where I unboxed and opened the Majacraft Rose spinning wheel. Thank you, Jen Johnson. She really worked with me on being able to get this wheel and everything. So she gave me advice on how to put it together and all the things. So I was well prepared, and she's got videos up on her YouTube channel, Soft Shetland Wool, on how to assemble each of the Majacraft wheels and how to spin on them, or she's in the process of getting those out. She just did, I think, the Susie, and she's got one or two others already in her channel showcasing how to put these wheels together and how to spin on them. And I think that's just awesome that she's doing that. It's an extra thing she doesn't have to do, and I appreciate it. And I will be a return customer because, oh my God, I love Majacraft wheels, and I adore Jen Johnson. Just letting you know. I just adore her. If you don't watch her channel, you totally should. I can't wait for her to get her Zillingers, is that how you pronounce it? Comb top and roving back from the mill. So that I can buy some more if I can manage to snatch it up before she sells out. Anyway, so I got the Majacraft Rose because I went to a friend's house who had just received hers. She said, Kim, you need to come over and try out my wheel, but I'm going to have to steal it back out of your car. Meaning I was going to steal it from her and she'd have to steal it back. Anyway, she's right. I sat down at her Rose and I was spinning away, and I went, I have to have one. So I messaged Jen Johnson and I was like, I have to have this wheel. What can we do for me to get this wheel? So my Rose arrived a few weeks ago, and I've been spinning away on her. Now I'm trying to find my yarns. So the first yarn I spun as I was getting to know the wheel, I used some BFL comb top. It's mixed BFL, which is like, don't quote me on this, something like 75% white and 25% black. So it's color mixed, it's not breed mixed. Anyway, so here is the first yarn I spun on Rosalie, who I named before I ever got her. So I didn't try to do anything special. I just sat down and started spinning. It was not planned. It was just default spinning on this wheel just to try her out and see how she was. So I did a little sample, and then I said, wonder how thin I can go. And I went super thin, like crazy thin. Here they are together. You see the difference there. BFL is super easy to spin, so that was very pleasurable. And then I spun up some more singles, and then decided to spin up some roving I had made from Corriedale Cross that's slightly felted. I talked about that in I think in episode 24. So what I did was I spun up some thick and thin-ish singles. It wasn't consistent. I didn't care. I wanted to spiral apply it, so I did. I spiral applied it to the BFL. And it's just gorgeous. Come on. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. And that was the first complete skein off Rosalie. And then I decided to go ahead and spin the Shetland top that I had gotten from a sponsored dye video, where I sponsored a video through Sadie Spincraft, and I picked Shetland and blues and purples with white, and asked for her son Hunter to dye it up. And I took half of the braid, carded it with some Firestar Angelina. Oh goodness, I just got those mixed up. It's Firestar. Shimmery nylon. And the other half I just spun end to end, and then I applied the two together to create this gorgeous, oh goodness. Let's try changing the lighting here. It's very purple. It is not, it's showing up gray. It's really purple. I'll put some pictures since I can't get the lighting to work. No. Anyway, gorgeous, inconsistent. I have some super thin spots. I have some thicker spots. It's really pretty. And I enjoyed spinning this very much. It was such a pleasure to work with. And it's so squishy. The whole experience, sponsoring the dye video and then playing with the fiber was lovely. If you haven't sponsored a dye video through Sadie Spincraft and you're interested in it, go check her out. Even though she's in the UK and I'm in the US, I still thought it was a great deal. So shipping and everything included in the price. So go hit her up on that. I didn't bring the Jacob yarn I spun, but that's going to go in the shop at some point. I haven't washed it yet. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Tour de Fleece right quick. Tour de Fleece started on Saturday, the 26th, I believe. The Tuesday before that, I suddenly realized Tour de Fleece was starting this weekend, you know, and I'm like, ugh, I don't have anything planned. Nothing planned at all. So I pulled out some stash, was scrambling to find it, and I started organizing stash by color. So I have some Cheviot top that I had dyed, oh, probably 2 years ago. Some Texel fleece from one of my favorite farms. It's probably a quarter Gulf Coast, maybe an eighth Gulf Coast in there. So he's a mixed breed. He's a ram. Gorgeous fleece. I dyed up a bunch, combed a bunch, and I had all these comb nests in all these different colors. So I made 3 different piles of color. The biggest one I pulled out, I had in these drawers the Ida top that I had practice dyed for the air and water elements and didn't like the results. So I pulled those out. And I decided on all the blues that I wanted to do since I had so much of it, that I wanted to do a really big spin. So I started combing and putting it on the hackle and adding silk and Firestar, which that video is coming out, I believe, Sunday. So you get to see it this weekend, Saturday maybe. And I took the fibers and separated them into 4 sections. I've got it down here on the floor. You'd think I would put it up off the floor. Oof. My table's on top of the wall. Okay. So we have what was left over from other projects that I divided into 4 equal portions, and I didn't weigh anything out. I weighed everything to begin with, and then I just started dividing. So I've got 3.5 pounds of wool, So this is the smallest amount in each section. And then I have the air element. I decided not to use as the air element. This was the practice die that I didn't like the results of for the element. It's beautiful. The failed water element, which does not have the colors I wanted the way I wanted. It's fine. And then the leftover dies braid. So I had 4 of each of these. So that was easy, just 1 braid in each pile, right? So then I put them in garbage bags to keep them straight. Oof. So then I divided each of those sections into 8. And each of these will go on the hackle. So I've got the little bits together and they will be blended with silk together on the comb. So I lash onto the comb, I comb off, and then lash onto the hackle. And that's every single, this is 1 comb, this is 1 comb, that's 1 comb, and this is 1 comb. So I put them all on the hackle in a particular order, interspersed with silk and Firestar, and then I did it all off. And that's right next to me. So this is what it looks like in combed top. If I can find an end, here we go. So this is the resulting beautiful fluff. The Ida top is actually different lengths. So when I diz off all the long stuff and then I go through and I diz off the short stuff. So when I'm spinning, I am drafting huge, like 4 to 6 inches, and then I have to switch to 1 inch. But it's fine. And I'll put a picture of the bobbin on here because I don't have it with me. And I will go grab the gold and be right back. So this is the gold. I had 7 bats total. That video has already come out. It's Tour de Fleece Prep number 1. And this is just so pretty. Bring it back here where the light's hitting it good. Yesterday I spun 1 bat start to finish except this little bitty strip. That's all I have left of the first bat. And I was hoping to get it all done, but I spent most of the day spinning the comb top instead. So I did a lot of spinning. I think I've got 3 ounces on the bobbin of the comb top. And then I don't know how much these bats weigh because I didn't bother to weigh them. Because I'm just going to spin it all and count the yardage and use that in a weaving project. So those are my 2 big preps. I have another batch of fiber. Oh, fuzz in my mouth. I have another batch of fiber that I don't know if I'm going to get to it or not. It's purples and reds and pinks, and I don't know what to do with it. Haven't made up my mind, and so it's just sitting in a bag waiting for me to make a decision on it. So I will keep you all updated on the Tour de Fleece stuff as we go through Tour de Fleece. My goal is to get out 2 videos a week during the tour. No guarantees, no promises, but that's the idea and that's the goal. And I am trying to spin on both my wheels, my New England flax wheel, Lady Elizabeth, and the new Majacraft Rose, Rosalie, and trying to spend a lot of time on both of those. I have so much fiber for this one on the Rose. My aim is a 2-ply lace weight for weaving because I'm insane. And the woven fabric is being woven on my rigid heddle loom, which is an 18-inch wide loom and will give me something around 15-inch wide fabric. So it also maxes out at about 6 yards of warp. I did put 8 yards of warp on there and discovered why there's a limit, because you tension it and it just, the back beam just unrolls. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't get it to hold everything. So I have been weaving away, and I think when I get around the halfway mark, I'm going to cut off the warp and re-tie it onto the front beam and finish weaving. And that way I will have less bulk on the front beam when I'm all finished. So I will insert a picture of that project here that I'm working on. I'm trying to work on it about 15 minutes a day, but it's hit and miss. So no pressure on that at all. It's a mixture of hand spun yarns and commercial stock yarn that I have dyed up and had in my stash, and I didn't have enough for the weft, so I just dyed up some more yarn. So I have black weft yarn because, you know, being a dyer and having loads of yarn sitting around, why not? On another note, we're moving into shop update now because I just released a bunch of new fibers in the shop. I now have all the elements, not just on Ida top, but on Cheviot as well. So here is what it looks like, all neatly packaged up and ready to go. Got my little logo there. And it says it's 4 ounces, 120 grams, Cheviot top, and then I've handwritten the name of the braid on here. So this is Fire. And this lighting is really weird because this is much more purpley than pinkish. But, oh well. There you can see the purple a little bit better now. So that's the Fire element on the Cheviot. They turned out a little bit different than on the Ida, so I will insert a picture of the 4 elements on Ida top. So here is Air. It has a lot more white. The color struck much faster, much more vibrantly on the Cheviot. And I have Water, and this turned out absolutely perfect. There's a little bit of almost white. And then the plum and the meadow green, so perfect. I did run out of Jacquard Brilliant Blue while I was making this, so I ended up having to order some more before I could do any more element dyeing. And then I think I'm tired of dyeing elements and decided not to do them on another base, so 2 bases it is. And here is Earth, and I did use all Pro Chem dyes. And the red in the center, that's Mahogany. And it kind of matches the brown that I tried to make with Jacquard dyes and failed miserably at, and it turned out very red. So these colors are a little bit lighter. I think I did use Jacquard Kelly Green in here, but I'm not 100% positive. I don't remember. I just received like 50 something colors from Pro Chem, so I'm really excited about that. So here's the elements as they're, you know, falling everywhere. All the elements on Ida and Cheviot, they're all in the shop. Put them all there. And then I started playing with the mixed BFL because I had all the new dyes, so I had to play with them, and I had no idea. I didn't get the, oh, I don't remember what it's called, sample card that has a little piece of yarn in each of the colors marked with the name of the dye. I didn't order that, and I wish I had. So I dyed up this beautiful, gorgeous thing. Look at those colors. All Pro Chem. Love these. I don't have the recipe in front of me, so I can't tell you which colors I used. But they were all colors I have not tried yet. I've dyed up 3 of each, and I'm keeping 1 as a sample for myself and putting 2 of them are in the shop of each color. This one. forgot what I named them. This one I named Serenity because it reminds me of all the things that brought me peace as a child. Peaceful moments at the ocean, on a lake, at waterfalls, nature. This one I think is called Peaceful Ocean. It is a gradient, sort of. This one is Desert Sands. I was thinking about how light hits the sand in different ways, and there's different minerals in the sand, and they, I've got a line on my face, here we go, and they reflect the light different ways, plus some shadows and stuff. So that's what this braid reminded me of. And I really thought this was going to be a failure because I put powder dye on this and I didn't think it would get through the fibers, and it didn't move around as much as I wanted to. There's a lot of undyed bits and pieces, but that's okay. That's perfectly okay. Sand has all different things in it. And then this one, I saw a picture. I was looking through different pictures. This one was making me think of deserts as well. And I saw this one picture, and I'm going to pop it up right here, of a desert, a cracked desert floor that had flowers coming up in the cracks. And that's exactly what this made me. It was like that. That's this braid right here. And I do remember I used key lime for the green, and I love it. So this one was supposed to be like neon colors. Not as intense as the jacquard dyes, or I'm not using enough. But I really thought this was going to be so ugly because of how I dyed it. But it's really pretty. I love it. And oh my gosh, BFL is so soft and squishy. Okay, so all of those are in the shop, and I am ready, almost ready for vending in July next month. I watched a bunch of the Wool and Fiber Arts sales this past weekend. They had their June sale, and watched several vendors, and I was so good. I was so good. I didn't spend any money. I didn't buy anything until late last night. I bought 2 things, but that's okay. So I will be in the July vending, which will be the last weekend of July. It's run on Facebook. It's a live Facebook sale. Every vendor has a 30-minute time slot, and they're spread out between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They run from, I think they start somewhere around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Maybe. I think they start at like 8. It's 8 Pacific time. Yeah, that would be 11 Eastern time. And then they run until like 11 p.m. Eastern time, I think. Maybe midnight. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, each of those days. So, very long days. And but the vendors only have 30-minute time slots. So, this is my first time as a vendor with what we call WAFA, Wool and Fiber Arts, and I am nervous as all get out. I'm excited, and I'm dying up a storm because I want all the things dyed up for vending, and I have no idea how long it'll take to show everything. So I'm probably going to have more than I can show. But the theme for the month is Christmas in July. I don't know what the theme picture is. There's always this WAFA special. So I'll have theme dyed stuff, and I will have WAFA specific colorway. I'm really looking forward to it. I already have most of the things I need to do accomplished, and it's just working like mad to get enough stock ready for the show. And then coordinating with my friend and seeing what the schedule is. They haven't, last time I checked, which was last night, they had not yet published the vendor schedule. So I don't know that at this moment. And I haven't checked today. So I will check later today or tomorrow. And yeah, I'm beyond excited. I'm giddy. So I will probably not talk to you guys again until the beginning of August. So episode 26 will be a week late, but that's okay. I want to give you the full what it was like to be a vendor through the Wool and Fiber Arts group on Facebook. So I think you'll have to wait until then for an update. Anyways, I have enjoyed talking to you guys and rambling on about all the things going on. I hope you're as excited about what you're making and doing as I am. Tell me in the comment section below, what is your favorite Christmas color scheme? Because I need ideas for colorways, and why don't we just do a giveaway? So after the WAFA sale in July, when we come back for episode 26, I will pick a winner out of all the comments about the colorway. So leave a comment below in your favorite Christmas theme colorway, and I will do a drawing based off of those comments, and one of you will receive some beautiful spinning fiber. All right, I am going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.